Hi Scorpio, welcome to your mid-month check-in for February 2026. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into your reading. Keep in mind this is a general collective reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please don't ever try to force a reading you see on the internet to fit your personal life situations. If it's not resonating, it's probably a message for another Scorpio out there. Please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. All right, spiritual team, Prism Oracle, what messages do you have, for the Scorpio collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? All right, what's going on for the Scorpios? We have anger. I hate to see a Scorpio angry. What's going on? At the bottom of the deck, we have success. Are you guys struggling to succeed in a certain area of life and that's why you're angry? Oh gosh, I hate to get in the way of a Scorpio's ambition. When a Scorpio decides they want something, like, get out of the way. Get out the fucking way. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what comes up for you guys. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot, what messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? All right, what's going on for the Scorpios? What do we have? Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, Ten of Wands reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Wands. What's at the bottom of the deck? Knight of Cups, Strength, Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I don't understand where the anger is coming from. Are people angry that you're successful? Because this looks really good. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better spread of cards. We have the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords. This talks to me about being a master strategist. This talks to me about being able to turn nothing into something bountiful and abundant. Okay, so we're talking coins, we're talking good health, we're talking career success, business success, whatever. Okay, so we have that combination going on. So I don't know if this is two sides of you or if this is like you and a business partner. So you could be teamed up with someone very, very well, that you guys work well together. We had the Ten of Wands in reverse, which talks to me about letting go of burdens or releasing burdens. So it feels like there's a sense of relief, or sense of removing stress. And then I have this Two of Pentacles in reverse and Ace of Wands. There's definitely some sort, okay. That's what this could be. Okay, so some of you guys could start moving on instincts or just doing whatever needs to be done. Okay, the Ace of Wands is all about action, initiating, taking that first step, okay, deciding what you're gonna do. Wands don't think before they do it, they just do it. That's what the Wands energy is all about. It's fire energy, it's action. It's passion. It can even be playfulness and creativity, curiosity, but never so much of like overthinking. Like, I'm going to overthink this to death before I actually move forward with it. So let's say you're a content creator, right? Instead of carefully like strategizing, planning, and researching, which I'm sure you've probably done a ton of, I don't know if that's really gotten you where you wanted to go up until this point. So now it feels like Scorpios may have reached a level of frustration or a level of like, I'm tired of trying to do this the right way or do this the strategic way. I'm just gonna start doing whatever I want. Like, I'm not gonna try and maintain a personal brand. I'm not gonna try and do X, Y, and Z. Or keep going back and forth with, you know, what to do or how to do it. I'm just gonna start doing shit. I'm gonna start doing whatever I want. Okay. I love that because I do feel like you guys have been incredibly patient. You guys have been incredibly determined and consistent in the way that you show up. You guys always put your most creative foot forward. You're growing in your creativity. You're growing in your voice, in your intuition for what works, what doesn't work. And I feel like you show up every day genuinely loving whatever it is that you do. Okay. I feel like, again, communicators, you guys put yourselves out there. You constantly stay on top of trends. Like you're constantly learning, growing, evolving. And I feel like you've invested a lot of time and energy into something, and this is probably something that's still pretty young. If the Page of Wands is like you just started this thing, okay, so maybe you've been at this for a year. That could still be a pretty short amount of time compared to people who have been doing something for 10 plus years. Okay, so looking at that in the grand scheme of things, I do feel like you guys have invested a lot into this. I'm not saying a year is not a whole lot of time, because it is, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's still in its infancy stage, but you guys have grown and learned a lot in this first stage or growth area. I feel like, okay, this is what this is. I feel like the less you try to like overthink things to death, the more growth and understanding and knowledge you will gain from just doing things that you specifically love, right? I love that the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands came out right on top of each other, because I feel like you need to approach this with a little less refinement and a little more pizzazz, a little bit more personality, a little bit more playfulness, a little bit more fire, passion, whatever. And this new direction or this new approach could have stemmed from some sense of anger, and your desire to succeed or do something productive or meaningful or whatever. And so there could have been frustrations with like, dang, like I'm not where I want to be. I'm whatever. And I think this anger, this frustration is going to actually inspire you to do exactly what it is you need, which might be throwing the plans out the window and just being more authentically you, not thinking too much about it, not trying to over strategize, and really just going based off of pure instincts, passion, and creativity, which I think sometimes, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so I definitely resonate with a lot of this and what I'm feeling here. But for the other Scorpios out there that maybe you feel like you have to be a little bit more controlled or strategic in the way that you approach things, especially because we do tend to be more private people. And I'm sure a lot of other Scorpios can identify with this, but feeling judged growing up, at a young age, I don't feel like a lot of people understood me personally, or I didn't really fit into the norm of where I was raised, how I was raised, and who I grew up around. So I can definitely identify with this personally, like need to constantly do things in a measured way, so I'm not like scaring people off. I don't know why people think Scorpios are so scary. We're very, very chill people, to be honest. We also just get very excited about things, right? So Scorpio, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that you guys resonate with this. I definitely heard some messages in there for me, so this feels very, very special. I'm gonna go ahead and close out your reading with another oracle deck and just get some final messages for you guys. Spiritual team, affirmations for a badass. What final messages or affirmations do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What final messages or affirmations do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What do we have? Don't ever stray away from who you are to get closer to someone else. Interesting. I love that. That could also talk about, you know, people pleasing for your boss. That could talk about people pleasing for romantic relationships, friendships, groups that you want to be a part of or be accepted into. Okay. So again, I just feel like there is maybe frustration with not being seen for who you are, not, you know, having people recognize your talents, your skills, your abilities. And so I feel like that out of that frustration comes this new version or era of Scorpio putting themselves out there in much more authentic way and being like, you are not going to ignore me. Here I am, kind of a thing. I love it. What else? It says, when life knocks you down, get back up and say you hit like a bitch. That's for those of you who have really been struggling to achieve something. And I feel like this could also resonate for people who have maybe been looking for work recently. Some of you guys may feel like this and be like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you, life. Like, I'm gonna come at you with everything I have. So that could be that anger that is driving you, that is motivating you to succeed or get where it is and what it is that you want. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, it says, you will get there. You're going to do great today. Oh, I love that. For those of you that have been feeling frustrated with where you're at and the progress, Spirit, I needed to hear that personally too today. So that was really, really nice. Yeah, Spirit's like, listen, keep going, keep pushing. Even for those of you that have been feeling like you want to give up, like, do not give up. Like, make life your bitch today, okay? I love it. Scorpios, that is what I'm seeing for you. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Scorpio if you feel like they might need to hear this message. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are below in the description box, and you can always reach out to me there as well via DM if you want to schedule a personal reading with me until my website is fully up and running. As always, though, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.